it's going to be anyway, so go ahead. You're coming out of the house, already fit in, right?
Good to see you, Dr. Montgomery. I appreciate you coming. There was a group from Carolina Day one time came to Asheville. A lot of dolphins. Hey, Ramsey. Yes, Kendra. I've met you before. Good to see you. We appreciate you coming.
I've been chairman of the county commissioners here in Buncombe County for 8 years. You're running again for re-election. Tell the folks out there why you want to run again and what do you have in store for the citizens the next 4 years?
Well, Richard, I really appreciate it. I love Buncombe County. I grew up here, went to school, graduated from Reynolds High School and went to college at UNCA. My family have a dairy farm in the community in Fairview, and we're third generation dairy farmers here. And you know, when I went to school, a lot of the people I went to school with moved off to Raleigh, Atlanta, other places because they couldn't make a living, couldn't support their families in Asheville and Buncombe County. And I think that's the real challenge our community has. And you know, we've got to make a choice of, are we going to still work to provide those opportunities, or are we going to try to close the door, where people can't have affordable housing, where they don't have housing options. I think they can afford $1 million house, that's wonderful. But at the same time, if somebody can't, we ought to provide housing options for them as well, because there's a lot of working class people in this community that are struggling to make a living. You know, the gas prices are high and everything else. So, you know, the last thing we need is a board of commissioners that continue to raise taxes and other things. And I think, you know, we talk about change nationally. We can have a change here at home and try to manage the county in a common sense, business-like manner. And if I'm elected, that's what I'm going to work to do. There's a lot of good programs at AB Tech that, you know, people can come out on the backside after a 2-year degree and support their family, make a good living, make $15 to $20 an hour with health care benefits. And really, that's got to be our economic development focus, and where we, you know, help foster small companies grow and prosper, and so we can really compete. We've got a quality of life. I'd rather live here in Buncombe County, and I'm partial because I haven't lived anyplace else. But you know, they say in the Bible, God told Moses to go on top of Mount Pisgah and look and see the promised land, and so Moses got to do that, and this is the promised land. But you know, for a lot of, and my concern is 20 years from now, we're only going to have the wealthy folks live here, and we're going to have a service industry to support that. And as long as I'm on the Board of Commissioners, and I think if people look at my record, they can see that I fought for jobs, I fought to make sure that government, I've presented alternative budgets every year. We've had reval to try to keep our tax rate where it wasn't as high, but at the same time tried to promote good quality schools, good community college, so people have those opportunities. And that's what I'm going to work to provide. I think people ought to have the right to vote on district elections where they want to elect a county commissioner that lives in their community. I think you know, our board this past term enacted a lot of regulations, and some were deserved, but at the same time, you know, I still think the previous Board of Commissioners put the vote out to the people on zoning, and they had the opportunity to do that again. They refused to do that, and I think you know, the people in the county should have had a right to vote on that. And so I think at the end of the day, we got to make an argument on what we think is best for the future, and then people have to make those decisions. And I'm not going to be so elitist that I think I have all the answers, because I certainly don't. And I think the danger is that there's those up there that, you know, come election time, they'll tell you what they want to hear, and come December, they'll do what they want to do. And at the end of the day, that's why I'm running, because I think we deserve a choice, and we've got better days ahead, but we're going to have to work hard to achieve them, because we got some difficult times here.
Well, again, you've been in for 8 years, and you're going in for your third term, correct?
Yes, sir.
It'll be third term. So what, if you look back 8 years, what would you say some of your accomplishments you feel that you were able to bring forth in the last 8 years?
Well, I think I really fought for affordable housing, you know, to where people have that opportunities to live in housing that they can afford, where government's not imposing so many regulations on them. I just recently received an award from the North Carolina Manufactured and Modular Housing Association statewide as for my leadership in trying to promote affordable housing in this county. And the home builders say it takes $25 an hour to afford a home in Buncombe County. And most people in this county do not make $25 an hour. Mission Hospital will tell you that their number one challenge is finding people, and the number one challenge finding people is providing housing, and many of their jobs pay very well. So I'm proud about that. I'm proud that every time we've had a revaluation year, I've proposed alternative budgets and tried to make county government more efficient. I'm proud of the fact that I've worked on a bipartisan basis. I'm the only Republican on our board, but I've worked as hard as I can to find common ground with my colleagues, and sometimes we can and sometimes we can't. And I think that's what's missing in Washington. The parties are too divided, and at the end of the day, it's not a political problem, it's a community problem. We got to work to find those solutions. I'm proud about that. At the same time though, the economic challenges that our citizens face, when I was elected in 2000, that's still present. Just like of the top 10 students at Reynolds High School when I graduated, only 3 of those live in Western North Carolina. And we're educating our students, spending a lot of money on them, and then they leave. And that's a terrible thing. So that's what I hope to try to rectify.
Affordable housing and jobs is definitely
yes, sir, and at the same time taxes, because gas is $4 a gallon. You go to the grocery store, everything's going up. And if you look at my record, you look at my opponent's record, I commend his public service. I commend anyone that serves in political office. It's a difficult job, but at the same time, you look at his record on taxes, and even his fellow Democrats felt like he wanted to raise taxes too much. And the danger is we can reconstitute the left wing on the Asheville City Council if voters elect the certain candidates in November, and they need to be aware of that. And if the people in Buncombe County are ready for that, and if they want to create a potential majority on the Board of Commissioners that is similar to the left wing on Asheville City Council, then I've made my case. I live here, and people make a decision, and I'm going to go on, milk cows, and do the best I can.
Absolutely. Well, you got a big crowd here, and I noticed one thing. You do have a broad spectrum as far as politics here. I see independents, I see libertarians, I also see some Democrats here supporting your campaign.
Well, I've got a lot of Democrats all throughout the county supporting my campaign, a lot of independents as well. So, at the end of the day, like I said, the problems our community face, they're not political problems, they're community problems, and there will not be one person that will tell you in my 8 years that I won't sit down and talk with you. We might not always agree, but I work to find solutions, try to find common ground, and that's what I have done. And like I said, I serve. Buncombe County is unique. We elect the chair separate from the other commissioners, so we're the only county in the state where the chair is of one party and the majority of the commissioners are of another party. But at the same time, when I'm sworn in December, I don't forget my philosophical values and the things I strongly believe in, but at the same time, I'm going to try to work together to improve our jobs, improve our schools, lower our dropout rate, and give people the opportunity so they make their dreams come home and come true in this community. So, Richard, I thank you so much.
Thank you, Chairman Ramsey. And one last thing, if the folks want to get a hold of you, what's a good way to find out information about you and get a hold of you?
Well, you can go to my website, which is nathanramsey2008.com. My phone number is listed in the Asheville phone book, Buncombe County phone book. So my cell phone is listed on our county's website at www.buncombecounty.org. You can go to the commissioners and page, and they've got my contact information. So I carry my cell phone with me all the time. It's out there in public, so somebody can call me.
Complain and also give you some good words of advice.
Right, so people can call me about 16 hours a day. So thanks, Richard.